Wole Ojewale. He's the Regional Organized Crime Observatory Coordinator for the Central Africa at the Institute for Security Studies. Thank you, Wole, for joining us here. How important would you say that today's vote is for Chad and the region as a whole?
Thank you so much for having me. The election is very, very significant. It has been noted that since military took over power about 4 years ago in Mali, this is the first election that is taking place. But it also raises a lot of questions, which some observers and even Chadians believe. Idriss Deby Jr. is only contesting against himself. So it looks like it's a predetermined outcome that we might see at the end of the day.
So, this family, the Deby family that we're talking about, the son of Idriss Deby taking over from his father when he was killed. What's your sense, though? Do you think that Chadians want to keep him and his family in power, or do you think that people are going to vote for change?
That is not likely going to be the interest of the general Chadian, as I can preempt, looking at how these issues that shape the election have actually affected the build-up of this election, the questionable way in which the major opposition leader was killed in the recent time, and the fact that you have a situation in which somebody came into power like an unusual coup and then stage managed the transition process and put himself on the ballot. I am not too sure that is what the Chadian wants, but this is the reality that they have to contend with. But the bigger picture is that this election is also taking place in the larger context of instability and insecurity that has characterized the entire Sahel. And we are concerned and worried that this probably is going to be the playbook that we play out when democratic transition take place in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. That is a big concern for most people in this region now.
So what you're saying, because I've been reading different sort of analysis on this, that some people say this is almost like a manifest for how democracy is taken over, how people are voting for change, leaving the old times of the juntas. But I gather you're saying that the junta is just going to try to put itself back into power. Am I reading you right there?
That is what I'm saying exactly, because if you look at what is happening now, when he came into power originally, he said he was not going to contest. And then he found a way to manage the transition to put himself on the ballot. When you go to Mali, this is also what is also taking place now. And it appears like there's a playbook that the Chad election is actually leading in that regard, and is likely going to be the template for the rest of the region. In a sense, you find a situation in which people are forced to choose, not necessarily because that is what they want, but because they just want to patch the democracy and move on.
That's Wole Ojewale, the Regional Organized Crime Observatory Coordinator for Central Africa at the Institute for Security Studies. Thank you, Wole, for taking the time to talk to us here on the News Hour.